We have so much vocal talent in the building. How do you feel about virtual voice and AI narration coming into the audiobook world?
What is something that you wish authors knew as they're writing their work before you get it that would make your job way easier or better?
And so it basically that's okay. That's okay. That's what it is. All right.
Now wait
And
a
so
minute. Wait a
you
minute now.
know
Wait a minute now.
Like that.
what?
I haven't never thought about that.
Wow.
I have never thought
Whoa!
about that.
Hello and welcome to the Mic'd Up Podcast. My name is Kaya. I am an author, a poet, an entrepreneur, and a podcast host. And today I am super, super excited. Y'all see it on the screen. Y'all see all these people on the screen, so I'm really excited. Today we are bringing on four narrators and a special co-host, Sean P. Today I have narrators Alexis Stewart, whose credits include Toxic, A Forbidden Romance by Penny Blackwright. I have Catherine Dollison, whose credits include the Capone series by Jacquel J. We have E. Kojo Andrews, whose credits include Love Wasn't the Goal by J. Nicole. And we also have Lawrence Baldwin, whose credits include the Capri series by Jacquel J. Y'all in them Delgados. I'm just saying. Y'all in them Delgados. All right, so we're
Seriously, they're amazing series though. They're like all of those books are so well written and so entertaining to like read through. So
Right.
is definitely a ride. So we're going to get into your bios. We're going to get right into the podcast. Yes, but before we do that, how is everybody feeling today?
good, real good.
Feeling pretty good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. All right, great. Okay, Sean is going to start in with the bios.
Let's do it. Ladies first. Always we in the South, man, so ladies first. I have first. Good friend of mine, Alexis Stewart, is a versatile voiceover actress, songwriter, and studio pro who brings stories to life across genre. With a background in music production and a knack for capturing just the right tone, she is known for performances that pull listeners in. When she's not behind the mic, she explores her creativity through painting, knitting, and crocheting, right? And next, we have Miss Catherine M. Dollison. She's a voice actress and founder of Catbox Academy, where she mentors new talent. With a career spanning data strategy, real estate, and voiceover, she blends sharp analytics with creative passion, a mix that earns her features in USA Today, Huff Mag, and New York Weekly.
Okay, we also have E. Kojo Andrews. He is a prolific voiceover producer specializing in audiobook narration. He loves reading Black romance with multidimensional characters in his spare time. E. Kojo likes to explore his hometown of Detroit. And last but not least, Lawrence Baldwin. He is a narrator, writer, and all-around storyteller with a flair for the dramatic. By day, he's a media mogul. By night, he's a self-styled hero. What? Ask him where he finds the time, and you just might get a story. Very interesting bio there, Lawrence. Very interesting. All right, so now that we have our intros in, oh, and let me formally introduce my co-host, Sean P. Sean P. Experience. And can you let us know some of your background in your books, Sean?
Yes, sure. So my name is Sean Polidore. I am the host of the Sean P. Experience, where I interview a plethora of authors, creators, filmmakers, illustrators, voice narrators, you name it. I just love having interesting people on my podcast. I am also a host of the Greed Eye podcast, and I'm also a host of Truth Be Told podcast. I am the author of 13 self-published books, and I'm also a public speaker and an educator.
All right, and what is your latest project coming out?
Yes, I am glad you asked. So my latest project coming out Monday is the bounce back season, right? Back up a little bit. The bounce back season.
Okay, very nice.
Out of faith. Yeah.
And as always, I'll put everyone's information in the description box. So Normally with the Mic'd Up podcast, we do the bios and we go right into the Q&A, but this time we have so much vocal talent in the building. I am bursting at the seams to get to these script reads. So we are going to start the podcast with a script read. This story is called What You Do for Love by Miss Zenith. And in this scene, this is what happens when two exes, Chauncey and Ava, who still deeply love one another, has dinner with their new love interests. So we have Ava, played by Catherine, Shay is Alexis, Nassim is Lawrence, and Chauncey is Edwin. All right, is everyone ready?
Ready?
All right, go ahead and take it away. I'm going to go on mute here.
Another glass, please. I requested from the waiter who was clearing our dishes from dinner. I had the right mind to ask for the whole bottle.
Baby, I think you've had enough.
I'm
Nassim
fine.
said.
I'm fine. He looked at me skeptically and returned his attention back to Shay and Chauncey, who I felt had been watching me all night.
So, Ava, you excited to perform at the awards show tomorrow? It's your first one, right?
Shay asked. Mother Shay. Why did Chauncey think it was okay to bring his latest girl here? What was he trying to prove? Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully it's my first of many, I replied, smiling genuinely as I could.
There will be many more. You're beautiful, you're talented, and you work hard. The way your pre-sale numbers have been looking along with the uptick in your social media following, you're going to have a successful record launch. This is only the beginning of your success.
Chauncey just sat back in his chair, sipping his Hennessy. He seemed to check out of the conversation a long time ago. So, how did you two meet? I asked Shay.
We met at Saks Fifth Ave. I was browsing and he was watching me browse.
That's cute, I spoke. The waiter came back to the table and refilled my glass of red wine.
Yeah, cute.
Shay answered. She'd been giving me annoyed looks since I sat down, but I didn't care.
So, when's the wedding?
Shay asked. She was clearly attempting to steer the energy at the table. Nassim spoke up and replied.
We're trying to lock down a date for this October. We don't see the point in having a long engagement. The sooner we're married, the sooner we can start our family.
Chauncey choked on his drink and began coughing loudly.
You all right? You all right, Chauncey?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Actually, Shay, we probably won't get married until next summer. Starting a family is a few years down the road. Nassim is just very anxious.
Can you blame me? Look at you. I'd put a baby in you tonight if you let me.
Nassim replied as he nuzzled his face against my neck.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it a night.
Wait, I ordered dessert.
We can get it to go.
Chauncey replied as he waved the waiter back to our table. After he asked for Shay's dessert to be wrapped to go, I turned my attention back to Nassim. Maybe we should call it a night too. Tomorrow will be a long day. I have to be in hair and makeup early, I said, taking a big gulp of wine.
You're wearing your hair straight tomorrow, right?
No, I told you I don't like getting my hair straightened. My hair is fine.
I know, but you look even more beautiful with your hair straight. Your likes and shares on social media increased by 15% when you post a picture with that hair straightened.
I couldn't help but to notice the scowl on Chauncey's face. Well, I wonder what would happen if I shaved my head bald, I added. I know Nassim meant well, but him and his damn analytics needed to learn when to read the room.
That's not funny, Ava.
I'm not joking. Nassim and I stared at one another before Shay spoke up.
I mean, you're already wearing a wig. What's the harm in getting it straightened? It's common in our culture for women to bend into Eurocentric beauty standards to look what most consider to be more palatable. Some Black women even wear colored contacts to have a more exotic look.
I looked at her strangely, and I burst into laughter. Was she really trying to read me? There's nothing wrong with buying bundles or wearing colored contacts, but I did neither. Wow, that's really fascinating. Really, really fascinating. Is that what they pay you to teach people? I need a seat in your class. I chuckled. Nassim chuckled as well, and we stayed silent. Nassim chuckled as well and stayed silent, sipping his drink. However, Chauncey looked infuriated by Shay's shade toward me.
I think your hair looks perfect, love.
Shay's eyes whipped in Chauncey's direction.
Love?
Nassim repeated. His tone and his demeanor changed in an instant.
My man, judging by the way you've been paying more attention to my woman more than the one you came with, it's obvious you have a little crush on her. I get it. She's an amazing woman. But all that love is a wrap. You ain't gonna disrespect me like I'm part of your entourage or some shit.
My eyes widened and I sobered up a little. Nassim, stop it, I said, grabbing his arm.
Your woman. From what I see, you act like she's your product.
Yeah, she's my woman. And I don't play about mines. You don't know me, nigga.
Man, what?
Shaking his head, Chauncey looked over to Shay.
Let's leave before there's a real problem in this.
They both stood and left the restaurant. Nassim looked at me with his jaw clenched.
After this show tomorrow, I don't want you talking to that nigga.
I can talk to whoever I want, Nassim.
You would still talk to a man who disrespects me like that? A man who clearly wants you?
You're being too dramatic, Nassim. His eyes narrowed at me as the waiter came over to the table with the check. He paid the bill and turned to me.
We'll talk about this once we get back to the room.
What Chauncey said was exactly right. Nassim did treat me like a product instead of the woman he wanted to spend his life with. Soon after we got engaged, Nassim began to run our relationship like a business he owned. Everything had to have an estimated start time and a desired result. He took liberties with planning my free time without even asking me. He set dates and deadlines for us to reach without considering my needs. Was he also still loving, caring, and protective? Yes, but he often lacked a human connection when it came to our relationship. At first, I didn't notice because we were both so busy and traveling all the time. But I see it clearly now. I've seen it for a while. Nassim and I are not a good fit. And I couldn't go on like this.
So you can just let me go like that? He asked.
Nassim, we want different things in our lives right now. I'm not ready for all you want. You deserve to be with someone who is on the same page as you.
But we love each other. We fit together so perfectly.
Nassim, I love you enough to let you go so you can find the woman who can appreciate all you are.
Is this about him?
We both knew he was referring to Chauncey. No, it's about me. It's not fair to either of us to keep going in this relationship if we're not aligned. I love you and I appreciate you, but this is not going to work. I began to slide my engagement ring off my finger, and he stopped me.
No, keep that for now. When you give this back, I want you to be 100% sure it's what you want. I love you, Ava, and I want this to work, but I don't go backwards.
He kissed my forehead and then kissed my lips. 20 minutes later, he was gone.
And scene.
That was good.
I thought that was a really well written
Okay.
script, so.
I was trying to get off mute. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm sorry for the dialogue tags I missed in there, but that was awesome. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you for indulging me. How did y'all feel with that?
Oh, yeah.
Like a
Really
movie.
good.
was
Yeah,
good. I
I loved how dramatic it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Alrighty. So now we are going to get into the Q&A. The first question that we want, and how we're going to do the Q&A, we're going to ask one question, and the question will be for all of you. Okay, so we can go Catherine, Edwin, Lawrence and Alexis. I'm just looking how it is on my screen. I don't know how it is on y'all.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the first question is, how did you all get into narration?
So I actually got into narration when I moved to New York in 2016. I had moved up here to be in this band, and they lost their residency. And so I started going on auditions, and I went on to audition for a show that was like supposed to be like a crime syndicate kind of thing. And one of the directors, he owned an audiobook company. And so he was like, hey, I really like your character work. Would you ever be interested in voice acting? And I was like, yeah, acting's acting. I don't care. And so yeah, I started. I've been hooked ever since.
Okay. Edwin?
For me, it was like I had a completely different background. I was doing tech stuff, but I knew it wasn't my passion. And for years and years and years, I had heard people say, oh, you've got such a great voice, you should do something with it. And I always knew it took more than having a great voice to do voice acting, because like Catherine just said, it's acting. So one day I decided, you know what, I do want to pursue this. And I just happened to look up acx.com, and I started auditioning. And a few auditions later, I got a gig, and 6 years later, here I am.
Wow. Okay.
Likewise, I've had compliments about my voice, and I had a friend who just kept saying, "Oh man, you should read books. You should read books. You should get into voice acting." And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I've always wanted to do acting and voice acting. Just never knew how to get into that sort of thing. So it was just like a dream. But he kept pushing and pushing. I was like, all right, let me look into it. So yeah, I found out about ACX. I watched a ton of YouTube videos about how to get started. My first audition, I got my first book offer, and it's been about a year and a half now, and I've gotten so many opportunities, and I met so many amazing people, and here we are.
Okay.
My turn, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So my mother's actually a behind the scenes actress, and I never saw myself acting because like you said, voice acting is acting. And I just never saw myself doing something like that. I never had an interest for it. Music is my thing. But after the pandemic happened and I was out of a job, I lost my job of 12 years. And I had a YouTube channel at the time, but I didn't have time to wait for my YouTube channel to blow up. So I said, well, I got to do something now. And so I looked up side hustles, and I came across voice acting. So I knew that they had audiobooks like for biographies and like self-help type of books, but I never knew that they had audiobooks for the kind of books that I like to read, like novels with characters in it, and there's people playing the man and the woman and emotions and all of that, and never even knew that was a thing. So when I found out that was a thing, I said, now that is dope, because I used to act all the time, but play. I call my cousin and I'm like, yeah, so like, are we going to the club or not? Because I like really want to go to the friggin' club and like get drunk and like just act stupid.
Oh my God, that character work, girl. Oh my goodness.
Stuff like that, and just start laughing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I never thought I can actually get a booth set up and get the mic and get in there and work and do that as a job. I wouldn't say a full-time job because I'm not doing that full-time. Would love to, but I'm not. But I love that. I love secluding myself in a little booth, sitting there, reading my script, but not reading it, but really getting into character. You know what I'm saying, Catherine? Like,
yes, I do.
I become that person. Like, I'm reading this script and I'm not reading it. I'm it. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I'm glad you mentioned the booth, right? I had a question for all of you. You mentioned the booth and what it takes to be a narrator. For a long time, I wanted to get into narration as well, so this is a real personal question. A lot of narrators, all these videos on YouTube, like what to buy, the essential mic and the setup, the booth and the mixer and everything. What are the essentials that you feel are you needed for audio narrating? what are some of the essentials that you really need to be a narrator?
So me personally, because some people could work with less, but my setup, I have an audio interface. I have a cloud lifter that's attached to my audio interface that kind of bumps up the sound just a little bit more. I have a mic and I have a isolation booth. I have the ISO box. That thing cost me $1,000.
Oh my
But
gosh, yeah.
but it does the job, okay? Like I figure if I'm this is what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna get professional equipment. So that's pretty much my setup: the audio interface, the cloud lifter, the mic. Oh, and you do want a what do they call it? For sibilance. It's like a grill that you put over your
The pop filter.
Pop filter, right? But the one that I have is metal. It's not like your regular. That's the one you.
Yeah, that's what I have too. That works so well, man.
It's supposed to be the best one. I just got it. Actually.
Lawrence, what about you? What are some of your must-haves?
Interface. I prefer a condenser mic and soundproof room. You know.
Are you in a closet?
I'm in a closet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those work really good. Don't knock the closet now.
Yes, that was my first studio.
Yeah.
That was my first studio. I soundproofed the out of it, and that was exactly how I worked.
The best sound I ever got was from a bedroom closet with all my clothes hanging up inside the closet.
It absorbs the sound.
Best at absorbing the sound. Yes.
Yep.
And Edwin, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, really anything that makes you sound good, a condenser mic is best, and anything that blocks out sound. Like I just said, the best sound I ever got was in a bedroom closet with all my clothes hanging up. It's like you can spend thousands of dollars on equipment. No disrespect to you, Alexis, but like if you don't know what you're doing and getting the type you need those thousands of dollars to, so you need to have a that can pick up your voice clearly, and you need to have an environment that blocks out. Those are the beyond that. Like, what's your budget?
Okay. And Miss Catherine, what about you? What are your must-haves?
It's pretty much the exact same thing as what Alexis said.
Same.
So yeah, like the only difference is that I have I have a studio. Now I didn't spend mine was I think about $6,000 because I had somebody who did like custom made furniture and they built it for me, because that is still less expensive than some of those. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Those big old booths that are like $10,000 for no good reason, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I'm not spending $10,000. You know,
I've seen some for cheaper with different brands, because like between Vocal Booth versus Studio Bricks versus another one that I can't remember the name of, I've seen some for like $5,000. I've been looking at a portable one that Velcros together for
that's real good.
The VO1 by Vocal Booth. I think it's like $1,600.
Yeah, I've definitely used one. That was what, like the first thing was my closet. Second was one of those PVC pipe studios that Velcros shut, you know, and then it was like years that I waited before I had this built, because you know, like you said, Alexis, it's expensive, man. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I gotta make sure that I get enough work basically to justify it first. You know what I mean?
Okay. So my next question for y'all is, with all the emergence of all of this AI technology now, when it comes to virtual narration, like, first of all, how do you feel about AI? But the second question I would ask is, do you plan on using AI to your advantage, like cloning your voice, being able to book even more jobs without having to literally be in the booth and do it?
Never.
No.
I hate AI. Well, AI could be good for, let's say, my phone, if I want to do a wallpaper for my phone or something like that. But AI is getting out of control, taking people's likeness and profiting off of it and not giving people their just due. Like, ACX has asked me quite a few times, and you know this, Edwin, asking us to, would you like to, this is pretty much what it's saying in a nutshell. Not what it's saying. They don't say this, but this is what it means. Would you like to give us your voice? You'll get a profit every single time we use your voice. You're lying. You're
Yeah.
gonna be using my voice all over the doggone world, profiting off of it, and I would never even know because you might alter it in a way that I wouldn't even be able to tell that's my voice.
Yep.
No, you can't.
Mhm.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know. I haven't been on ACX in a minute. Well, I've never auditioned on ACX, but I didn't know that they're doing that to y'all now.
Asking narrators
Yeah, they
that
send
now.
you
Yeah,
It's
emails
like
and
a little
asking
that's
for
care.
it. Yep.
crazy.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence, what about you? How do you feel about virtual voice and AI narration coming into the the audiobook world?
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's a big problem. And I hope not too many people are giving into that because it will take your jobs. You know what I mean? It will take your opportunities. And it takes away from art, you know. Art is expression. And but what is scary, I'll tell you what, somebody I know in the West Coast started a podcast. No, it was more of like a dramatized story on a podcast. And it was a female narrator. She did really well. I was like, who's the woman on there? So she was like, it was AI. It was all AI. And the way
Crazy.
the voice inflections, the emotional up and downs, it was spot on. And
It's
I would
somebody's voice.
I would have never known that wasn't a human being. That was AI.
Right.
But just to go to what he's just said, that is someone's voice.
It is someone's voice, but it's
right.
not. What I'm saying is not. It wasn't a human being doing it. It was just
but
so
they
crazy.
took someone's voice and
Correct.
put it together like
they
that, and
trained
that
it.
person probably doesn't even know.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
It's amazing.
But the good thing is, the listening audience who listens to our stuff, they prefer actual people. They don't like,
and they get pissed. They get pissed when because some romance narrators or some romance authors have started using AI, and they're not happy, which I appreciate. Yeah,
they don't like virtual voice either.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're very vocal about that.
Yeah, I will say, as an author of romance, I will never use AI narration. I support human voices. I will say that.
Okay, and since we're authors here, right? I have this question for y'all narrators. What is something that you wish authors knew as they're writing their work before you get it that would make your job way easier or better? I know Wakaya, talking to her in private, she actually writes with certain voices in mind. I thought that was an incredible idea. Like, so many people that I know that's writers, they're just so focused on writing the story. The narrator's an afterthought. And the story's already done. But for her to actively think about it as she's writing, I gotta make it like this. I'm like, man, that is genius. So as narrators, what do you wish that us writers understood in our craft?
I have something to say. I have a grievance to make. Now, I have read the book. I swear to you, there was no he said, she said for like a whole flipping page. I'm like, oh my God, who am I right now? It drove me crazy because I would have to flip back a few pages and try to figure out who the heck I was. And me personally, I don't like to have to read a whole book twice. I don't do that. The day that I narrated is my first time reading that book, and I make it seem like I've read it 100 million times. But some of these authors, they have 1,000,001 characters and don't want to put he said, she said.
Yeah, dialogue text. You know, Alexis, that actually goes into the editing. You know that. It goes into the editing of the project. If the editing is not done correctly, you don't know who's talking. I have a problem using dialogue tags. I think I use them too much. But I could understand how that could be a frustration.
Especially if it's a lot of characters. And I'm like, listen, I had to put the book down for a minute because the narration didn't even go smooth. I wasn't even enjoying it because I was just sitting here trying to figure out who was who rather than it going smooth and enjoying the process. So that's my biggest gripe there.
All right. What about you, Edwin? Or whoever wanted to go next. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was about to talk. I'm sorry.
I really want authors to be be more mindful of the concept that just because something looks good written down doesn't mean it's going to sound good being spoken. Because like I worked on an audiobook earlier this year, 16 hours, magnificent prose, like beautiful, beautiful language, everything you love about speaking and written word, it's like there. But it's like I'm portraying a 20-something from Brooklyn African-American man, and it's like nobody in the world, especially in Brooklyn, says these things that are coming out of these people's mouths. Like if they just realized, hey, someone has to read out loud what I'm writing, I think that would help out narrators when authors present them with their books.
Okay.
Kaya, can I put something in really quickly? I just don't want to forget. There's two things that the listening audience have a problem with. They don't like certain words, like these big old words. Let me mention, what's a word? Like
ubiquitous or something like that?
No, not even. Like something as simple as I listened, I goffled, or whatever. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying?
I chortled.
Word means, but like you goffled, or I
Guffawed. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me insert myself in there, because as a writer, as an author, like you kind of get tired of using the same words over and over and over and over.
Right.
So
But
you go to the thesaurus. You go to like you. What's that? What you say?
I'm saying
I
said, but you
see what? Let me tell y'all something about Edwin. Let me tell y'all something about me and Edwin right now. Let me tell you. Let me say something. So Edwin and I, he has been on my podcast probably more than anyone. He likes to mess with me.
I've been behaving today.
You are behaving because it's been a minute. So you giving me some grace, but I see you about to start right now. I see you about to start. I just want everybody to know that we cool though, but I'm just saying, me and him gotta.
Don't play in her face, Edwin.
He about to.
Never. Absolutely never.
Okay. All right.
But
More.
I was saying that because this is coming from the listening audience, the people who buy the audiobooks. They do not like it. They clown it, but then they say it gets annoying. Like, you know, they wish that the authors would just say the regular word as opposed to these words. But yeah.
Okay, Lawrence, what about you? Oh, anybody? Sorry, I don't know who's gonna talk. Sorry.
I guess two things I would say. When writers write their book, when authors write their books, I found sometimes they're not, the use of words or how they have the characters speak isn't realistic. You know what I mean? It isn't like real world. I'm like, why would you say it like that? You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people do talk, you know, tend to speak easier, lazier. You know what I mean? Instead of like he is, he's, right? Like, because some at some moments he is, or you know, certain, like you can combine those words to make it more simple. It sounds better. So often I'm always communicating with authors like, you mind if I just you just combine this word here, just make it, because it sounds more natural. It doesn't sound realistic. The other thing is, well, I guess it's three things now. Use of commas. Oh my God.
Yo, yes.
Oh my God. it's like the commas are such a big deal for me. And I'm glad I got that reaction, because I was afraid that this was going to be such a small thing to you guys. But man, when I'm reading, I'm like, damn, like, when am I supposed to pause here? Like, I need a breath too. Like, when am I supposed to breathe?
Yes.
So when you're writing, you know, it's good to actually, you know what, throw yourself in the fire. Just be like, let me try to say this 5-line sentence.
That
real quick.
exactly.
That is a very good.
Authors spoke what they were writing. They would hear, this doesn't sound quite right. This doesn't sound quite the way a human would actually speak.
I'm glad y'all saying this, because during the pandemic, I recorded 3 of my own audiobooks. So I've had that in the booth experience. And ever since then, I implore all of my writer friends, like, at least go to your phone and like read your last paragraph in your phone.
Yeah.
And you can feel when you need a breath. Like you said, you need a breath.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what? I need to take a word out or put some more punctuation. I know I need something else here. You only get that real natural rhythm from reading it out loud.
Exactly.
It looks great on paper.
Yeah.
In your head, reading it, it looks great. But like it comes off different when you're literally reading it. And I do that ever since. I always read my stuff out loud. I try to anyway.
Yeah, and then I'll like I have to make an executive decision. Like, it out. I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I'll be like, yo, like I'm just gonna have to just breathe wherever. It might not sound pretty, but I'm just gonna have to insert a breath here.
Absolutely.
Like, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's about it.
So really quick, like especially, so there's two things really quick. When y'all were talking about AI, one thing I wanted to ask is if when you all are working with like production companies, not like ACX, but like you know like the ones that are Podium, Podium, Elgin Inc., all of those. Have any of y'all noticed that they are definitely using AI to check over the files that they send you? Because you will have to do the silliest, like for my corrections now, I have to do the silliest like it'll be, where somebody will maybe put the wrong word in a manuscript and I'm like, I'm gonna use the right word. And then I have to go back to the incorrect word. And I'm like, there ain't nobody listening to this, because if you were listening to it, you would know they used the wrong word. This is correct, but they're just having a machine now scan through it, and so it's super obnoxious. That's something that I
man,
wanted to
that's
say.
crazy. That's crazy.
It's like I don't like it. I don't care for it at all.
Yeah,
because
I haven't had
mistakes at times that you have to fix.
Thank you.
I haven't had that experience yet. I know I run into issues where there's a wrong word in the manuscript. I work with Podium, and I just change the word myself. So I haven't had that issue yet. That must be pretty new. So I'm gonna look out for that one.
It literally has only been this past book. It's literally just been the past series that I worked on. Where I'm like, yo, are you serious?
Yeah.
This is not the right word. Like, you want me to change it back? Fine, I'll change it back. It's not gonna make any goddamn sense, but I'll do it.
Yes, indeed. So here we go. So when you're reading a project, reading over it, considering it, do you ever consider your impact will have on the listeners, right? And I love that question because I've read certain books in the past, and then whenever the audiobook came out, the narrator had the ability to make it a way better story than what it already was, or they could negatively impact a story. So do you ever consider your own impact on a script whenever you're reading it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I try my best. Like, I decided, like, even if it's a story I think could be bad, I think in my opinion is a bad story, I'm gonna use my voice acting to grab your attention, right? So I'm gonna do my best to make it as interesting and pleasing to the ear as possible. But yeah, I think about it all the time. It's like, man, or if it's a really good story, like, man, there's so many opportunities, there's so many ideas I have, there's variations of voices and like the cadence and all that. Like, I got all kind of ideas, so I got to choose one for this character, choose one for that character. Yeah, so a good story makes it fun. A bad story, you just gotta it's like you gotta throw some salt, pepper, and a little bit of hot sauce on it.
Season it up.
Yeah.
I definitely do. Yeah, I try to make sure, and to Lawrence's point, when you have a bad story, that's actually, you really do have to kind of like spice it up. Not bad for what the audience, but for you, it doesn't resonate with you, but you still have to, in those situations, I've found that I will actually act a lot harder because it's like the script ain't carrying the show. The actor is gonna have to carry this one, you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely think about that.
Because I think about what the consumer wants. I don't want an audiobook that literally sounds like it's being read to me. I would get really pissed actually, because audiobooks are not cheap. You see these prices on Audible? So you bet to get to acting now. So I have an audiobook group. Kai is a part of the group too. Edwin's in the group. You see what the type of stuff people say. Like, they do not like bad acting. They want you to come with it.
Wait a minute. Give me a timeout, Cole. Give me a 20-second timeout. There's an audiobook group?
Yeah, so it's called...
I told you about that, Sean.
Okay, what is it called? This
I
is
didn't
my
know it
group.
was like that. I mean,
Alexis, I've seen this group. One of my students loves that group because it's. Do you ever post pictures of a narrator that has like freckles and stuff? Do you ever post things on that in that group? Like there's
They post all types of things.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's called Audiobook Lovers, Black Romance, and Fantasy Novels.
Kaya, that's how I found out about you, Kaya. That's how I found out about this podcast. Yeah.
So where is it located? And what platform?
It's on Facebook.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay, that's what it is. Facebook.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't really with Facebook either, to be honest with you, Sean. But one of my students, she loves that. She absolutely loves that group, and that is how I found out about this podcast.
But you know what? I listen to what people say. You got to listen. Your consumers, you got to listen to them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm a consumer and I'm telling you, I do not like noise in the background. I do not like mouth noise. I do not like breathing in the middle of words. But you keep doing it, and your customers are telling you, I don't like this. This turns me off. If they tell you this is what turns them off, you got to, fix that. So when it comes to what we give an audience, I listen to what they like and what they don't like, and make sure to not do what they don't like. Because
okay. Yeah. So speaking of being consumers, who are some of the best voices you love to hear? And I mean that beyond just books. I'm talking about it could be like somebody that does commercials, somebody that does radio, somebody that does animated stuff. In the world of voice, who are some of your favorite voices?
Jacoby DM, he's my favorite. Ekane.
Ekane she's so cool. She's so cool.
Yeah. Nicole Small. She just has a buttery voice. It's just buttery. It's like butter. I like Wesley.
She's got a real velvety voice. It makes your ears kind of buzz when you listen to her. Yeah.
Winston James.
Winston James.
Yeah, I like Winston James. It was another one. I like Midnight Michael. I like Edwin. I've never heard Lawrence. I've never heard you. I like you, Catherine. You be doing your thing. I heard
you. Thanks. That's really nice. I'm actually gonna look. I wanted to look up, like when I heard his voice during the script, I was like, I'm gonna need to look up who that is, because it's a really good, it's a very it's a rich voice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but there's quite a few people I like. I like a real velvety, deep voice, like something real. It's like men, like Edwin got that voice. Okay. He's sitting over there like in the cut, but he got that voice. He do. It's just so smooth and velvety and deep. Isn't it?
Why, thank you.
I gotta say this about Edwin, okay? So you have the type of voice where you could just say anything and it'd be like, okay, yeah, I got it. You can if you don't do that right now, you could say, if you don't do that, I'ma slap you. Be like, okay.
Sorry, Daddy. All right, I'm gonna do what you said.
That's the type of voice you got.
Sexy again. All right.
I'm just saying, it's just like you can say anything, and it just sounds like a euphemism. That's all I'm trying to say. That's what I mean.
Even in the social media world, I love watching food videos. Right? I think most of us love food videos, but certain people have a good voice over the food thing. Whereas, I just love hearing the person do the voice over the food.
There's a voice actor I've been following for a few years, Stefan Johnson. His whole thing now is food reviews.
Yes.
And Catherine knows. But he's gotten work on a bunch of different platforms, a bunch of different major networks. But now his whole bag is social media, just doing food reviews. And he's made that kind of his own show now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. He's getting sponsors out the ass too. Everybody's paying him to do stuff like KFC. I'm pretty sure McDonald's is paying him for sponsoring.
They gotta
stuff.
be paying.
Come on. Yeah, absolutely. But with his reach, he's absolutely getting paid for every single time he talks about Pizza Hut, Popeyes, any of them,
That's the blessing when you can get those type of jobs.
I want to go down to the would you rather section, right? We'll have a little fun game, just a little quick.
Oh, you
quick
want to do
answer,
that
quick
now?
fashion.
Okay.
So here we go, narrators. Would you rather a fight scene or a dating scene?
Fight scene.
I'd rather a dating scene. I love dialogue. I love a good conversation. Yeah.
Dating
Fight
scene. Enough
scene.
to love.
Fight scene. Edwin, what'd you say, Alexis?
Sorry. Dating scene. I love the love.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather a scene where two people are arguing, or it's kind of a flip on the same kind of a thing. Would you rather a scene where two people are arguing or a love scene?
Love scene, I meant erotic. I meant actually doing it.
Got you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hate doing sex scenes. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I do not like doing sex scenes, and I love when books have you know that they're but we don't have to I don't have to be sitting there and moaning and like that because it's like it feels it's
uncomfortable.
No, it's not that it's uncomfortable. All right, it's that I get. I'm trying to think of how to say this. It's like people are probably to it, and so it feels. That's okay. That's okay. That's what it is. All right.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute now.
Like that.
What?
I haven't thought about that. I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
I never thought about that either.
It's a little weird because I already know. It's like I'm not gonna sit there and be doing whack ass moans. I'm gonna be putting on a show, and so
They paid them credits.
Oh man!
You better get to acting.
And I've done it in all 4 of my books. I've never thought of it like that. Oh boy!
In all of my years of consumption, I've never thought you know what, this seems pretty good.
I mean, these listeners do be passionate, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I've heard so many people talk about certain books and associating it with their roses. I'm like, oh damn. So yeah, it gets
Really?
real. Yeah, no, it gets
Is that
real.
what goes on in the audio group?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm actually surprised.
Lawrence knows.
they got a setting for double speed when a certain scene comes up.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Feel about
Hold on now.
that.
At 47
Hold on
minutes
now.
and 28 seconds, girl.
Hold on
Turn it
now.
up to 3.
Hold on now.
Oh my! Go ahead,
Now,
Sean.
I gotta admit, as a listener, I am a speed person. I graduated to 2x. I'm finally here. But yes, on the love scene, I will slow it down to normal speed.
Got to maintain the pace.
Exactly. So
Oh my
yeah, that's
God.
why I don't like doing
Can't
love
rush it.
scenes.
That's so interesting. All right. Would you rather narrate an alpha male or alpha female?
Alpha male.
Alpha male.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually really like being able to do men's voices. It's super fun when you can do like an
And
alpha.
make it believable.
Yes, exactly. You know, yeah, I really like. As a woman, I prefer doing men's voices because you get to actually really test out your range. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Edwin.
Yeah, my falsetto isn't where I need it to be when I speak, so nah, alpha male.
Alpha male.
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Male. Yep.
Oh, I think you answered.
Yeah.
That's a great question because most times the thing that ladies like about guy voices, I can imagine the difficulty in putting off female voices. That same attribute.
Yeah.
Gotta be
Especially
tough to try to be
the
a
deeper
fool.
your voice is, the harder it is to
Yeah.
do a voice.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of that, my first book that I did when I played Lance, I struggled with Lance, okay? Sometimes when my voice was not trying to go that low, and I would try to get it there and it would kind of screech, and I'm like, and I'll do it again.
Yeah.
But I struggled my first book, and then second book, but I'm saying I didn't record those struggle parts. But my second book, it was I was, comfortable with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Piggybacking off her point, I didn't answer the previous question, but I prefer doing love scenes as opposed to fight scenes, just because I don't want to strain my voice by portraying yelling or anything like that. So yeah, with female voices,
Good point.
I got work.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
And I fucked my voice up before doing male voices when they're really deep. When I'm trying to do a really deep, convincing, dude that definitely has voice. Like, yeah, it's very.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Okay. Would you rather narrate forced proximity or a secret baby? I had the secret babies.
Wait, what was the first one?
Forced proximity.
Forced proximity. Forced proximity.
Proximity?
Forced proximity.
Oh.
Yeah.
The secret baby.
Secret baby.
I love drama.
I love that ratchet. Yeah, I really do. I really like it. I love it. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like forced proximity more just because I like the tension that interjects.
What is forced proximity?
When two people are forced to be together, like maybe they're stuck in a hotel room in a snowstorm.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Kind of like Wesley's book. I forgot the name of the book, but she was stuck in like a snowstorm with this guy, and he was pretending to not like her, but it looked like he liked her all along type thing.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, people. How about this? A millionaire from the streets or a millionaire from the corporate world?
A millionaire from the streets.
Yeah.
From the streets,
I'd say the same thing. Yeah.
Y'all want that thug stuff?
Well, it's also, another thing is it's hard. I don't know about y'all, but I have a really hard time voicing square people, like square dudes, because it's like, what does this person talk like? I don't want them to sound white, you know what I mean? But when I think about somebody that's a square, I always think they kind of talk like this, and it's like, that's not going to be very fun to listen to. So,
same thing with me. It's like when you have swag emanating from every pore in your body, it's really difficult to get into that mind frame where you're portraying a square.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Hold up, but you can have swag and still be corporate. You can.
Yeah.
You can.
But the characters are not really usually
I see what you're saying.
That.
Yeah, they're really not written that way.
They're written to be herbs, really. That's
I got
you know what I mean?
The audience will let you know they don't like that neither. They don't like when you're supposed to be a hood dude in the book, but you're sounding like a square dude.
Mm-hmm.
They will cut you up. They don't like that.
All right.
I guess for my last question, last one, I'm gonna kind of go backwards a little bit. In regards to narrating romances, we've gone there already. In regards to narrating romance, what type of scenes are the most challenging to narrate? So you're new in the romance, what's the most challenging scenes to narrate?
I don't have any challenging scenes. Like my only issue has been like Lawrence said with the lack of commas and the like not knowing who the characters are. But besides that, besides that, I don't have any hang-ups.
I don't like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't actually like a lot of books that have a bunch of song lyrics in it from popular music because you actually get flagged for it.
Right.
I didn't. They'll be like, "Hey, sorry, you have to talk that out." And so it actually, for Podium, Elgin, all of them. They'll be like, "Oh, sorry." Now, if it was an ACX book, I'd be able to do whatever the I wanted. But with those companies, they get worried about copyright infringement, and so they're like, "You can't even do Happy Birthday no more. You can't even sing the Happy Birthday song." So
that's why everybody says it as opposed to singing it.
Yes, that's the reason why.
I told you
we're
that
not allowed
before, Alexis.
to. Yeah.
Oh wow, because it sounds so stiff when you say it.
It sounds dumb as hell, doesn't it? It's like, why are we doing this?
The listeners don't like it. Like they complain about it.
Yeah, sometimes I really want to be letting people know, like, hey, by the way, I'd like to be able to sing this. I know this song, but
I don't want to get sued out the ass.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
So when you mention music as a consumer, once again, I love whenever an audiobook is full of sounds, right? Like, the cars taking off and gunfights and things happening. That's all got to be like post-production, I'm sure. But like, do you like, or would you like narrating something like that where it's a full-out ensemble?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it makes it more real.
The best, what you call it, immersive? Mm-hmm. Best immersive work I've ever heard was the Sandman Audible series. Oh my God.
Yes.
Hey, bro, you know what else too?
It was insane.
Audible, the Marvel Comics, like the X-Men series, is like a full-out cast. It's all kind of sites.
Oh shit! I gotta look that up. That sounds cool.
It's like playing the movie with no sight.
Well,
Playing the
Right.
movie,
Cool.
I didn't
it's
know
like
that.
that.
I gotta check
You
it
know,
out.
the car crashes and the gunfights and it's all there. But
Very cool.
I try to imagine being a narrator, like dealing with all those things, you know.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be doing that the beginning of next year with a fantasy book. I just gotta see how ACX is how we gonna figure that out with ACX and the sound requirements and all that stuff. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, but to answer your question, it's with those high emotion scenes, especially if I'm not there, emotionally. I gotta try to like, damn, how would I say it? I gotta put myself there, and I want it to sound as real as possible. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when those scenes are really high, maybe somebody might be at the beginning of crying. I gotta try to work that out. So yeah. Those are the more difficult scenes.
Yeah, crying scenes are always kind of like, and I'll really start crying when I have to read some of that shit. And so it's just like, yeah, sometimes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if it's actually a really fucked up scene. Yeah. I'll start crying. I absolutely will. I'm not ashamed.
I like emotional scenes.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when I gotta do a female part. I'm like, damn, do I sound stupid? You know what I mean? I'll be like, damn. This is the best I got. This is the best woman I got.
For me, the difficult scenes, it's like whenever I'm doing a book and the male character is toxic and problematic and he's like about to do some, for lack of a better term, it's hard for me to get into the mind frame of like how to properly like convey that, because it's kind of like all the inner monologue is like trying to justify doing something that's really kind of jacked up. So it's hard for me to get into the mind frame of like how to really realistically portray that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm the same with really trifling female characters. Like when women do that, like the characters that are like doing the whole keep a baby sort of thing, I get so upset because it's like your logic is so f***ed up. This person's so trifling, and you gotta pretend like you would actually do this. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like you would actually do it. That's what
exactly.
Makes it
yeah, it sucks.
I have a freestyle question. This is not scripted, but it just came to me. Y'all narrate so much. You have strong opinions about what writers shouldn't do. Do you ever consider writing? Is the question. Writing your own.
I do write. Yeah, okay. I'm actually going to start releasing, narrating my own books, and then in the next like 6 months, actually.
Oh, that's great! Congratulations.
Well, it was, it's actually, thank you, but it was actually because of what I was talking about with what I dealt with this last book, and I was like, F this. All right, you know what? Like, correct. Like, and I want to be able to actually be able to like act and do. I want to be able to have some autonomy. You know what I mean? Correct.
Yeah, you're writing the book you want to narrate, just like they tell authors to write the book you want to read. It's the same.
Right.
Yep.
I'll talk about saving money. I'm just saying.
That's it.
That was the other thing, because I was like, well, you're cutting out the middle there.
That's job security right there. Job security. You know what? I can get another job. I'm start writing.
Let me ask this for authors. Like, do you really, like, I've heard authors say that they really had to cut people out, like friends and everything, wanting to go out and they just had to really focus on writing this book, doing a certain amount of pages a day, and like their private life went right out the window. They just had to focus for the next few months on just writing. Do you do that, or do you have a life outside? Do you make some time for writing, and do you still have your life, or do you like, nope, I can't go nowhere with you, nope, can't talk, I just have to write for the next few months?
I'll answer first. So no. Because here's the thing, I don't write full time. If I wrote full time, I'm sure my priorities would be different. But right now, my writing fits into my life, not the other way around. I think if I were writing full time, I would be very intentional about making sure I had that time to not be stuck behind my laptop or in that space, because for me to be truly creative person, I have to have brain breaks. I have to have a release. I got to be able to walk
Mhm.
away. I think that if I was in any type of creative space where I told myself I have to lock down and I can't have a life, then I probably shouldn't be doing it.
Right. I agree.
What
You
about
do
you?
need a
Yeah,
time to just take a break
Mhm.
Yeah,
sometimes.
burnout is real.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
trying to focus
yeah,
that intensely for that long,
yeah.
Hmm.
it's not gonna work.
Yeah, for myself, I've been blessed, man. I have a night job. So for the past decade or more, I work at night. And
Cool.
luckily, I have a real relaxed job. So therefore, I'm able to do
Yeah.
all my writing at work. I'm doing all my interview prep at work. I'm doing all my, when I was in college, I did 6 years of online college at work. So like my writing isn't interfered by life because I'm doing it when I'm at work anyway. And when
Right.
the minute I clock out, it's like, okay, the writing's already done. I can be with my family and go out and do things because I mean the writing is done. So
Yeah.
I have a question, Mr. Sean. Would you like for me to edit out the part where you're saying you're doing your writing at work? I'm just I'm just messing with you.
you funny, bro. You funny. You funny. You funny.
Somebody get an email the
But
next Monday after it airs.
No, what I meant was I'm writing
No,
contracts for work. I'm
Sean, you
my
good. Sean,
work
I'm
contract.
messing with you, Sean. I'm messing with you.
No, I'm being funny. I don't
Okay.
care, really. I don't care.
But
I don't care.
but here's the thing, Sean and I, we have a rapport offline, so we mess with each other. We joke on each other all the time. So we are going to move into the second